Hey, what's going on, everyone? Looks like we've got some more Shenmue news, which I actually find quite interesting given the current position of the Shenmue saga. But before we start on that news, I've recently bought the Shenmue vinyl album from Datadiscs, while it was on sale. And of course I'll leave a link in the description if any of you are interested in buying it. This isn't any paid promotion or anything like that. Say it on my small channel. So whilst I talk about this news, I'll play a bit of the album in the background, for your beautiful ears. And it's indeed a great album. And if anyone listening is a Shenmue fan, then you already know, how incredible the music to Shenmue is. And yes, I also have a music CD for Shenmue, which I bought way back in probably like 2003, if I remember correctly. Also, I still haven't bought Shenmue 3 yet. Mostly because I'm too scared. Scared of what people have said about it. Especially my close friends who are also Shenmue fans, as well as scared that it'll somewhat stain my wonderful memories of this series. And as I've discussed on this channel many times, it's what I said, is about how Shenmue 3 was handled. But this will lead into what I want to discuss in regards to this new Shenmue news. So, in the news, it's been confirmed that Shenmue is due to get a 13-episode anime series, which also seems to mirror, for the most part, the story of the Shenmue games we know and love. This series will stream on Crunchyroll and air on Adult Swim, which I believe is an American-based channel. So most likely, if I'm going to watch this, then Crunchyroll will be my best bet and probably only option, really. But what was also confirmed is that the Sega legend himself, Yu Suzuki, will be assisting greatly with this, which is of course a relief and in my opinion a must, at least in terms of getting character personalities right and keeping the story intact without perhaps drifting too far off course. But this is also where I want to go with this. Shenmue, as we know, is a series of epic proportions, especially if you played them back in the day. And it became quite clear with the muddy release of Shenmue 3 and how far they took the story of Ryo, that perhaps we'll never get to see how the Shenmue saga ends, at least in video game form, and even more so on the level that us Shenmue fans want in regards to production costs for Shenmue as a video game series. There are not many other game series in gaming which have had their epic stories left hanging like Shenmue has, and although this is a 13-episode series, even in my mind it'll be hard to complete the Shenmue story in that amount of time. But what if this is not only the only way to finish a Shenmue story, but perhaps it's actually the best way to finish it? Because of Shenmue 3, I think I've reached a point where I'm ready to leave my nostalgia at the door and perhaps not want the Shenmue series to continue in video game form, primarily based off the somewhat fact that this series isn't ever going to get the budget it truly requires again to live up to the original two games' level of AAA greatness, something I've spoken about before on this channel. We of course all want to truly know the connections between Ryo, Landy, Shenhua, and the Dragon and Phoenix mirrors, but perhaps this is best told through a strong and powerful series of animes that in themselves can create a level of drama that even the games, technically couldn't match. Now, of course, there's more to Shenmue than just the story in the games as we know, all the little things that we love and just walking through and all the battles that we take place in, but still, the story and characters are a major part of its appeal. Perhaps this is the safest way for Shenmue to close, for Yu Suzuki to finish his martial arts cross-continent epic saga of Ryo and his need to avenge his father and find the truth. Perhaps if this was done this way, then we'd no longer crave the craziness that is Shenmue in video game form. It's a tough question for some, I'm sure, but for me, I think I'm open to that idea. That the Shenmue series will always have a very special place in my heart, and of course, we still don't know what the future holds for the series. But perhaps if it's time for us fans to be open to some other ideas, some other ways for us to close the story to the Shenmue saga, and perhaps that way isn't in video game form anymore. For if the series continues the way Shenmue 3 did, I'm kind of happy to I'm kind of happy to leave it. But anyway, it's food for thought, right? I'm excited to see the series myself, even if it covers just the story of Shemnue 1, 2, and 3. It's great to see the things we love in different entertainment forms, whether it is listening to the music, reading animes or books, or in art form, what it's like. So, what are your thoughts on both what I said and, the news itself? We all love Shemnue, and we're getting more Shemnue, which is great. But yeah, what are your thoughts on if this was actually the way the series and the stories finished in anime form? As always, thanks for listening. Take care all, and peace.